Alright, testing. I gotta make sure that all this stuff is on. How about all that Mario Kart, man? That was some really intense stuff. And congratulations to MR taking first place there. It was a pretty convincing win there. Good stuff. So, I guess before I start, I'll just kind of explain the run. It's a all difficulties championship run. You can just tell me if the mic level is okay and stuff like that. I usually show splits, but since this is an exhibition and I'm not really going for the world record, I'm just going for a solid run. I'm not going to show my splits. I'm just going to do the run like this, and I hope you enjoy it. The timer starts when I push the reset button on the console here, and I just have to make sure I can see my timer. Alright, and yeah, after this is Tony Hawk 2, which I'll be doing also. I'll probably, after this run, I'll probably have to reset the stream really quick for that, just so that I have the right setup for it and all of that good stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm just going to kind of jump right into the run here, so let's go. Also, you'll notice the 4 racers' names are the current active top 4 Wave Race players. I did that on purpose. So it's kind of like my signature move to miss max power on the first stage. It's not a big deal. So a lot of these stages in the beginning, they actually look quite easy, but when you're trying to optimize them, it gets really nitpicky, and you have to pay attention to the very finest details and react to even the smallest waves and cut turns as close to the beach as you can without touching the sand. Touching the sand is actually a significant time loss when you're going for speed in this game. So I try to cut the corners tight, but without losing too much speed and without touching the sand on this. And I'm just trying to keep a high speed and go in and I do that by staying in a straight line if I can. There's some computer RNG coming up, yeah, okay. The computers can sometimes be a pain in the butt, let me tell you. So, I mean, that's not a very good first level, but I missed max power, so that's why.
Warm up your engine. 3, 2, 1. Wow, you left everybody behind.
That was a good turn. I like when I can get really close to that wall and take it really tight like that in the on the last turn. It's pretty good. This level here is all about risks. Like, how badly do you want a good time? Are you willing to make risks? Like, that was a much safer turn, but it cost a little bit more time, so. Crashing in Wave Race is there's a few different crashing animations. There's one like quick fall down and get back up, like without letting go of the jet ski. That's the. I'm gonna take a little shortcut here too to the finish line. It's a little bit wide, by the way. And going over the ramp is quite a bit slower too. You want to be in the water most of the time. Yeah. So between levels, I'm kind of just mashing A to get to the next, like to get the level to start. So, interesting fact about Drake Lake. I have every world record in this game except for Drake Lake and Drake Lake's single lap. So 1 in 3 lap. And our friend Ilu Dude has that one. This one. And he's the longest record holder with that. His record is a 111.360, which that to me is just insanity. That's like, this level is equivalent to having good penmanship, I feel like. So, Ilu Dude, you probably have great penmanship.
About 19 seconds ahead.
Alright, not bad here, not bad. Yeah, the 1 lap and the 3 lap on that level. Ilu Dude has a death grip on that.
Who's gonna win? 3, 2, 1.
So I'll see if I can show you guys. This level has a really interesting shortcut to it. On this difficulty, the shortcut doesn't open up. You're not supposed to be able to take it. And that's it right there that I just passed. It's like that little door, or that big door, I guess. But on normal difficulty, it doesn't open up, so you have to go under the door. And there's a few different setups that I have found that can like give me the right wave timing to be able to do that. But it's really picky. It's not a very nice trick. So if I could do it right here, it'd be kind of insane. So that's what I was talking about. I'm just all about the insane strats in this game. I love them. It feels so good to pull something like that off. So that's like one of my setups is to get to the lap 2 one really fast. And this is like 119 pace, I think. This is my other setup because I'm in a different part of the cycle here. So I go out of bounds and then I come at it from this angle. And I got it again. And that is absolutely amazing. I'm super happy that I got that for you guys because that's not like an every time thing. So 120 is pretty good. 120 is pretty good. And actually, I almost crashed on my out-of-bounds setup for that wave thing. Going underneath the door.
3, 2, 1.
So max power, let me tell you, it's really hard to hit when you're nervous. It's hard to get max power when you're nervous. So this is the second to last level on this difficulty. And I do get a short break between difficulties because we watched the trophy scenes. Like the trophy presentations. And we'll see 4 of those. There's 1 on each difficulty. Okay, a 29 is a really good first lap for this difficulty because the shorter path on normal mode is not open. You'll see the shorter path on all 3 of the next difficulties, though. On Port Blue. Port Blue is a really difficult level in the harder difficulties. Although I've never really considered harder difficulties really being harder. They're just different. They're different, and if you don't know them, they're harder. But once you're used to them all, there's just certain levels that are harder than others, but the difficulty, the naming of the difficulty, like normal, hard, or expert, doesn't really matter. And that's another interesting part about this run is that that's why I do Championship All. I do Championship All because each level, although yes, it repeats, like I'll have to play all these levels again, but they're on different difficulties, which means the waves are different and the buoys are different.
3, 2, 1.
Also, some levels have different obstacles in the water and stuff like that, so it's really a test of skill and consistency, I would say, to play through all of the levels. Especially if I can do it without crashing, that would be awesome too. The waves on this level and the way that the buoys are, especially on the other difficulties too, not just this one, makes it really easy to crash on this level. Even though it seems easier, this level seems easier than a lot of levels, but it's easy to crash on as well. Like this part I've crashed on a lot because I like to try to go under that red buoy that I just passed. But it doesn't always work because sometimes my timing is a little bit different. And those waves are set to the timer, not to RNG. So I can't always tell where I am until it's too late. So that's the end. Oh yeah, I should be drinking a Fanta. I forgot to pick some up at the store. I was going to do that. So, interestingly enough, each one of these 4 trophy scenes is a little bit different, and I'll leave it up to you guys to see if you can point out the differences to me. How's it going, Austin the Gamer? Just like splash myself with my water. So we get a nice little butt shot there of D. Mariner, the driver who I am. Nice little butt shot of him at the end of that cutscene. You can't skip this. It's part of the run. Because I can't reset the machine.
To move up, wave race.
Okay, we're on hard mode now. So hard mode is probably, I mean, we didn't used to play any hard mode. It wasn't until recently when we started competing in this category at all. And I had to learn hard mode. I had to learn hard mode basically without watching videos. I had to learn it myself. This part right here before the finish line is quite different on hard mode because there's no wave there. On every other difficulty there's like a rolling wave right there before the finish line, or 2 actually rolling waves before the finish line. And for a while I thought that it might be possible to get the world record on hard mode instead of on normal mode. And I tested it for like hours and hours. Like I was trying to get my best time for hours. And I don't know, I think it's a little bit slower, but only by about 0.4 of a second, which is not much for 3 laps. The differences between the drivers, yeah, so I'm using M. Jetter, or also known as the Fat Guy, a lot of people call him. Or no, I'm using D. Mariner, the Fat Guy. He has the highest top speed, but he has ridiculously hard steering. And it's hard because he steers and changes directions so slow. But his speed builds on, like... Hold on, this part's tricky. Ugh. Okay. His speed builds up when you're going in a straight line and you're not, like, correcting your angles very much. The other character I like to use is M. Jetter. He's the blue guy. He has really, really tight handling where he can, like, turn on a dime. This miss is on purpose It is actually a little bit shorter to go this way, or at least safer. It's about maybe the same speed, but it's definitely safer to miss that buoy. But anyway, M. Jetter in time trial has like he has a lot of time trial world records. All the ones that D. Mariner does not have. Oh wait, no, there is one other record, Marine Fortress Reverse. I have the record with that without either of these two characters. A 110.3 is really solid, though. Yeah. Iludude needs some practice. Yeah, I remember that video. We know the timing of the waves because we have no life. Okay, so I have some strats for this Drake Lake, although I'm still not as good on this difficulty of Drake Lake as Iludude is in real life. Real life Iludude, not the Wave Race character in this game. Iludude IRL. So when I first started posting times to the Wave Race leaderboard, Firehawk Rise was the champion. He is now known as Hayate. But when I started playing, he had just overtaken Iludude, who was like a very long-standing unanimous world record holder.
You're about 11 seconds ahead.
I've never been the unanimous world record holder. I've always been missing Drake Lake. I'm going to miss this buoy on purpose and just go straight to the finish line. A 114 is fine with me.
You finished first and got move on to the next.
So the shortcut on this level actually opens up for me to take freely on laps 2 and 3.
3, 2, 1.
But I'd like to try to sneak it and get it on lap 1 too, if I can do my setup and get it. I'll save like probably about 3 seconds.
Look, everybody is behind.
I just need to be clean on this. Okay, this should work. Good. I mean, I have to do it one more time on Expert, but as far as the Marine Fortress shenanigans go, I'm really happy with how that went so far. I mean, if I don't see it available on Expert, I may not risk looking like an idiot going for it. But this is an exhibition. But I mean, I'm not trying to freak anybody out, but this is also currently world record pace, easily. Maybe like 3 seconds fast. And I'm not trying to freak myself out, but I mean, I know it anyway. I know it, so not like I can ignore it. Yeah, no one is consistent at that dive except for me, and I'm not even 100%, so I shouldn't be going for it. But screw it, you know. You only get to live once. Yo, get to low. Okay, the contact with the wall there was kind of on purpose, so that I turned really hard. You can actually use the wall to turn hard sometimes. Because my angle was bad. If I had a better angle, it would have been faster. Like, I can get 28 laps here. Or my first lap could have been a 28, I mean. This is rough. This is rough. That's... Okay. I made it alive. And this is, I mean, this is something that we didn't see in the first difficulty because this little path that I'm taking was closed. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should have fell there. At least one of my small falling animations. Oh yeah, I didn't finish talking about the falling animations, did I? There's 3. There's like a quick off and on the jet ski where he doesn't let go. There's being downed off the back where he doesn't let go and he like dangles off the back for a few seconds. And then there is falling absolutely off, which is a big time loss, like 4 seconds. There are some really, really risky shenanigans on this level too. And I tell myself not to go for it in runs, but I think I'll at least put myself in a position to have the option to see if it's available. And Illudude knows exactly what I'm talking about. There is this shortcut where I don't need to take the first ramp. If I can dive under the wall. And so, I don't know if it's here or not. I could have probably done it, but I chickened out. I could have done it, but I chickened out. This level was the very first level I ever got a world record on. This was my first world record. Twilight City, and I did it on hard mode, because hard mode is its easiest difficulty. Oh yeah, see now I'm just showing off, because that was ridiculous. That's the optimal way, or almost optimal. But it's like a 1 in 8 shot, probably, for me. The end of that is really dangerous, too. 127 is crazy. That's good in an RTA. Yeah. I'm having fun, you guys. So there's another trophy ceremony after this. You'll have to see. Dang it. You have to see if you can recognize the difference between that and the first one that we saw. So there's some waves in here that weren't there on the first difficulty, so I kind of like go to the right so that I miss the second one. You gotta make your turn right there kind of round so that you don't lose any speed or hardly any. Whoa, okay. That was risky. I kind of went pretty close to the those wooden plank things that are in the water. So the people who played the GameCube version of this game probably recognize this level also, because there's a version of this level in the GameCube version. But let me also denounce the GameCube version and say that this version is far superior to it. In fact, this jet ski game called Wave Race happens to be the best water racing game, period. Alright, and that is hard mode. That is hard mode.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race.
Yeah, watch this trophy scene. And I'm gonna fill up my water again. I'll be right back.
You're the champion. Congratulations.
The water looks prettier. I don't know. I might disagree because I like this water. Alright, so we're on expert mode, and it is tough. Expert mode is definitely hard. And there's a lot of differences here. I'll try to point some of them out.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Maximum power. Wow.
I mean, the first and most obvious difference is that all the buoys on this level are tighter. And there's some mines in the water right there. If you touch those mines, you're likely to fall because those things take you out. They don't explode or anything, you just hit them, but they can bring you to a dead stop. Or you can just fall completely, and if you fall, it's like a 4-second time loss. But there's conditions where it's even more, like if you fall and miss a buoy, you have to start from like 0 kilometers per hour, and that's like a 7-second time loss. There's also like if you fall and your jet ski turns around and you're facing backwards, you need to like go the wrong way for a second to turn around. And that would be probably a 5 to 6 second time loss. So I'm going to miss this buoy because I can just go straight to the finish line there, no biggie. So, I just want to point out that this is probably the most people I've ever played in front of. So, it's cool. Thank you guys for tuning in to NLG. And thank you, NLG, for having me play. This has been fun. So I gotta get out of that max power miss funk, so that's good that I did on this stage. Got the max power. So I'm gonna miss that buoy on every lap, which means my last lap, I want to take my shortcut still, but it needs to be like a modified shortcut, because by the time I get to it, I'll only have 1 miss left. And if I do my normal double miss ending, I'll retire. And we have certain rules about retiring. I think what I would do is it would just add 2 minutes to the total time, like a 2-minute penalty for a retire. Another thing we talked about would be like restart the difficulty, which that would be a huge penalty. Huge penalty. Alright, here's the 3rd lap miss. See where I am in the cycle. Alright, I'm right on top of it, that's good. Alright, so the modified shortcut, I have to go on the inside of this buoy right here. That should be a 110, nice. It's a good one. Pretty good level.
You finished first and got move on to the
Drake Lake Expert. This one used to be really, really scary to me, and I can still fall here, depending on
3, 2, 1.
what I go for at the end. Because I like to, if I think it's going to be doable, I like to cut a buoy or 2 at the end to save a little bit of time and danger. I don't like to risk too much this late in a run. So all of the casual people who have played this game will understand, like, going through those logs, not as easy as it looks. Going through these stumps that are here, and this is a place where I'm likely to crash, very likely.
You're about 9 seconds ahead.
Yeah, that will happen. That's okay.
No big deal.
That's the first time I've been downed, though, and a 115 is still not very bad. Yeah, that's okay. But that is the first fall, and it happened on where I expected it might.
Who's gonna win? 3, 2, 1.
It's really risky to go for the shortcut under the wall on this level with this difficulty because the computer RNG can really screw you over. But for the show, I'll go for it. Oh, I didn't get it. Okay. Well, you know, I wanted to get it. I really wanted to get it all three difficulties that I went for it, but my timing was just so that I kind of slightly messed up on the dive. So I think it was my fault. It was doable there. But that is, so far, that is the only major time loss so far. And that was about a 5-second time loss. I think I lost about 1 second on Drake Lake.
You're about 6 seconds.
Expert. This would be a good time to mention, I suppose, that I have untied world records on this level and its reverse mirror also. I have I have the only 108 and no one else has a 109 yet on that level. And then I have a 111 on reverse and nobody else has a 114 yet. So you guys need to get on that level.
3, 2, 1.
Toot my own horn a little bit. Yeah, 4 out of 5 is really good consistency on that shortcut. I'm really happy that I got 4 out of 5. If I had gotten 5, it would have just been the icing on the cake. It was kind of greedy to go for it at all. I will acknowledge the greed factor there. My buddy Bill was supposed to be here helping me commentate, but he ended up not showing. Wonder why. We were celebrating my world record last night, and we had a few drinks. World record is 52 minutes and 3 seconds, by the way. 52:03. And right now, I'm on pace for like 52:05 if I don't crash. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I love it. So hitting ramps is bad. The main reason it is because it slows you down to not be in the water. The water is your like track. The jet ski, if your jet ski is out of the water, you cannot like use your thrust. So you have to manage it with the B button. The B button like pushes you down into the water. I have some interesting strats for that jump too. I might not risk it though because there are big time losses for small gains if I mess it up. So I'm using the B button a lot, and what I mean by that is I'm tapping B because pushing it like gives you a quick jolt like down into the water, and I want to stay as low as like on top of the water as I can. So what I'm going to do is like tap B when I'm on my way up out of the water because he has this natural bob in and out of the water that he does. And you can't really make it stop, but you can minimize it a little bit with the B button if you time the B button well. It's not about mashing the B button as fast as you can. That doesn't do anything. Whoa, that was bad. And this level is pretty volatile. and difficult.
You're about 17 seconds ahead.
Okay, good, 131. It's not too bad.
You finished first and got move on to the next.
Yeah, all the videos are compiled on there too. You can find them on YouTube, or you can go to speedrun.com/WR64. Check out the videos. You guys could join us. We don't have a huge community, but it's nice to have people to play with. And I mean, I'm probably the most active player. I play it like probably 4 times a week right now. So that miss was intentional, obviously, because I didn't want to hit the ramp. And we have tested that a lot. That's quite a bit faster that way. FHR, or I mean Hayate, he changed his name this year, so that is the one that found out this strat right here of missing that buoy with this line and missing the ramp. As late as last year, the world record run hit the ramp. We're going for it. So this is a double miss. And 118 is very good. I don't care that I touched the wall and fell a little bit there. Don't think you have the motivation to play this game. Yeah, this game is tough to compete in right now because we have some really talented players. Like Hayate and Ulu Dude are both very hard to compete with. So this level is, of course, the end of another difficulty once I finish it. There are some intentional buoy misses in this level too that I learned from Ilu. That jump right there is like my thing. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I taught myself that jump over the wood. There's that Fanta ad that we all love. Don't you wanna Fanta? So here's that first intentional miss I was talking about, and I'll do it again on the next lap. Just the way that wave works. It's usually not faster to miss stuff like that, but the way that wave works, it actually makes it about the same speed with the power down. And it's much safer to miss that buoy too. Much safer because you don't have to turn on top of a wave, which doesn't always work in your favor. Alright, so the water is really low on lap 3. It gets lower on each lap. And so, 119, yeah, that's a good expert mode. A pretty decent one. Yeah. So, I have one more difficulty left, and then I'm going to be setting up for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So, what's the difference between the first 2 cutscenes and now this one? This is the expert trophy ceremony. The computer is harder in the harder difficulties. That's a big factor. The placement of the buoys is different, and the waves are different. The biggest difference of all in any wave race scenario is the difference between PAL and the difference between PAL and NTSC is very great. We don't play PAL because it runs much slower. The game clock runs at the same speed, but the game itself runs a lot slower. So the record times are a lot slower. To me, anyway, this is an opinion. It's a little less impressive to watch. Alright, so hey everybody who's watching, if you'd be so generous, it'd be awesome if I got some new followers today. You guys can follow me on Twitch or on Twitter. And you'll see a lot more Wave Race if you do. You'll see a lot of Tony Hawk probably, and I also am kind of a beginner at it, but I also play GoldenEye. So this is the reverse difficulty. It has kind of like layouts of buoys that are kind of a mixture of hard mode and expert mode, and the waves too are really interesting in this because sometimes they can really mess you up. And this level looks deceptively simple. It is not very simple, and it's mostly because of the wave factor. Like, that buoy is particularly hard to reach a lot of the time. An interesting fact about this level is it's the most current, it's the newest world record. I got this world record like last week. So it's the youngest world recorded level. I got pretty lucky there that buoy was going up, or I might have gotten clothesline. Pretty good. I just play Tony Hawk 2. I don't play 3, although I have 3, so I could learn it. I love the game. So most of this level is kind of easy, but there's a couple of parts, including the beginning. The computer RNG is significantly bad here sometimes. Like this time. Oh, I don't usually even go out of bounds there. I got computered a little bit, though. So M-Jetter is a big troll all the time. You have to be careful around him. He'll run you into stuff. He recently ruined a world record pace run on Southern Island Reverse, which is the very last level. So if you go to my channel and watch my highlights, it's called Worst RNG Run Kill Ever, I think, and you'll see what I mean. I was on pace for a big-time world record, and computer decided to end it right on the spot. It was cool. I mean, now I look back, and it gives you some respect for this game's random number generator. It makes you respect it a little bit. It's a little lighter than some games like GoldenEye, but some stuff can still go wrong, you know? Alright, so we're good. I think this is like a 111 or 112. Yeah, 112. So not bad. Hey, Clayman. How's it going? You're one of my frequent followers. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the run. I'm trying my best for you. I've experimented with a lot of different paths on this, and I've decided that I'm playing it safe on this level. It's not as much for speed as it is to try to get a 113 or so. The world record's a 111, but getting a 113 here is a solid, doable thing with some buoy misses just for safety, because if I go for all the buoys, then I end up going through these sections really fast. Ooh. Ooh, okay, good. Well, I was pretty worried there. Alright. Every miss that I've had so far is intentional, don't worry. In fact, I will get down to one miss here, which is always dangerous because I can't retire. Alright, I think I'm safe now. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I think I even got my 113. Yeah, okay, barely, but we got it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have an official leaderboard for, like, modified wave settings. We only use default. Okay, so Marine Fortress Reverse, this in time trial is the biggest untied world record. It's 4 seconds. But hitting max power here is a big deal because we take a long time to get to the first buoy, and because I was thinking about that, I missed max power, so you kind of get to see the slightly slower start. This level is probably the easiest one, but it's also, if you fall asleep on it, it will cost you some time. But in the entire run, this might be, for me, I might consider this to be like one of the easiest ones, one of the more laid-back ones. There's a lot of room for error without messing up, but if you slip once, though, I'm telling you. So I think, like, I should be on pace for a 116 on this level, and that'd be good. Even though I missed the max power, I could get like 115 or 114 sometimes. But missing max power does cost like almost a whole second on this level, or maybe even more than a second, depending on how you handle it. Okay, so 117, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, no, literally intentional misses, I'm not lying. I don't miss on accident, although I have. Okay, these two levels back to back, this one and the next one, are ridiculously hard.
3, 2, 1.
This is one of my most difficult levels. No! No! Okay, so that turn is completely blind, and there's a wave going by at the same time. So it's a very likely miss section right there. See if I can get it this time. Yeah, okay. A little bit better. It still wasn't a perfect turn or anything, but whatever. Oh!
You're about 7 seconds ahead.
Okay. So, given the fact that I had a miss, that was a pretty decent run. With a miss, that's pretty good, yeah. I've got like 3 more levels on this run.
You finished first and got move on to the next. Let's have a wild time. 3, 2, 1.
This is another level where a lot can go wrong. And a lot has gone wrong in the past. So I'm going to play this quite a bit different than I would play it in time trial, too, because I want to make it through it, for one. Also, this is a level that I made myself practice a lot this morning, so hopefully it worked out. Hopefully my practice pays off. Okay, here's an intentional miss, and then I'll miss another one right after on purpose. Also, going for the quick path here. Also, it helps to go through this part without max power, because this part right here is very dangerous, very dangerous. That's the worst part of this level, I think. Alright, we're good. Just this one more miss, and I am now forced to not miss anymore, or I retire, which of course is that 2-minute penalty. that we were talking about. Good. I think I might not miss. Although there's one more miss risk here. And it's up here. Okay, we're good. We didn't miss. So, a 138 probably, yeah. And that's a really good one. Yeah, only... Yeah, this run is very good. And I've got 2 levels left. So here's another intentional miss. I do these on purpose a lot, and yes, they're all tested. They're all tested. The intentional misses, if they're not faster, it's because they're safe. And if they are faster, and if I say they're not safe, then I'm probably still going for a lot of the not safe ones. And I'll point them out if I can, but those are for speed. There's like safety misses and there's speed misses. Like this is a speed miss right here. I think actually all of them on this level are speed misses. But like the Drake Lake ones, those were for safety. So here's another interesting miss that I like to do because I don't have to go for that red buoy. Saves some time if I can do it right. Oh yeah, we did it right. I'm so good today, you guys. Wow.
You're about 11 seconds ahead.
Alright, so last turn here. Just gonna go to the finish line. 123. Yeah. Makes it look easy. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's not the easiest thing, but it's definitely a lot of fun.
3, 2, 1.
So this is the last level of the run, and I've lost runs on this level. But at the same time, I don't consider it to be one of the harder levels. You just have to be careful here. Control how intensely you bob, because it's kind of intensely on this level, let's be honest.
Seconds ahead.
This is the last lap of the run. And I'm not sure what my pace is, but overall I had a great time playing this run, and I think I played quite well. I'm happy with it. Either way, so. And time. 52:17. That's a good run, you guys.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race.
Yeah. Sub 53. So that was the run, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun, and thank you to NLG for letting me play that. That was really great. It wasn't the world record. It was one of my top 10 runs, though. I'll type that in. Yeah, so it was pretty good. Definitely pretty good. So you're gonna watch this trophy ceremony and stuff. I'm gonna put the stream down for a second and pick it right back up when I have my setup for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It helps me to reset my equipment because I have this natural audio drift that happens, and I would like for my run not to be all audio offset. So I'm going to reset my equipment here, take a minute to, I guess, take a quick bathroom break, and we're going to start Tony Hawk. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. Tweet to your friends, Tony Hawk 2 is now.